This is where it probably gets all fucked up because it goes live and then I copy the link and then I post to Patreon and then and then
Yeah,
we
but last
broadcast.
time when we were live, it was already fucked up.
Yeah.
Like you guys were lagging before we even went live.
Yeah, you're right. Well, we're live right now.
What up, everybody?
And I think
Hi.
we're okay.
I think we're doing great.
Yeah, we did it. Well, that's something that we should be proud of, actually, Brendan. It's small victories. Is that we had a technological problem. The three of us didn't bicker. We did not fight. We just decided to end the goddamn meeting right then and there. And we solved a very small hurdle.
Now,
Yeah, and-
now I'll say this: had it not worked this time around, chaos.
I would have been wearing both of your skins. It would be a huge problem. We have a bunch of questions, which is very exciting. People actually enjoyed the topic that we're going to talk about. But welcome, everybody, to an episode, a free live episode that we do for our patrons. It comes out tomorrow for the entire public, but right now it is live for our Patreon members of What's the Scenario. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always, one of you
Is
take
Mike
it.
Feeney. I didn't know who. I never know who's gonna go first. You know, I panic, but then I just sometimes you just gotta go for it. You know.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
was doing. I was seeing what the power dynamic. I was just throwing.
I don't
out
think it
there.
is a power
And
dynamic.
I think it was displayed appropriately.
I think it wasn't displayed.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
was I think it was a gentlemanly exchange between gentlemen that we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, you
Where
need it
so
to
where
have
we
it.
both had the thought of who goes first,
Mhm.
and then I went after you, and you went kind sir, and then walked
I like the way your mind goes. It's much more pleasant.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very pleasant. I was telling Brendan the other day, so Feeney, I think
Brendan
I'm,
Sagalow, that is.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Brendan
yeah.
Sagalow, our
Also
third
part of the
host.
show.
Also now part of the show. I was telling Brendan that I think I've become like a caricature of myself where I just go mad when I'm not even necessarily mad because I know there's comedy in that. And then when somebody reacts to my fake mad, I get actually mad and it just ramps up and it's a vicious cycle. And I'm breaking it, kid. I'm out. I'm not the angry guy. I'm happy-go-lucky Mike. This is the first hour of many that you're gonna see. Just a joyous Michael Shane Cannon.
Are you gonna
Mm.
like you did for that 1 hour out of the 173 episodes of Irish Goodbye, green light fun tonight?
Green lighting fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Do you want to know why too? I'm so vulnerable. I just ate an unmarked cookie and I ate all of it. And it
Was it the 1,000 milligram?
It might be 400.
I've been smoking the same joint all day, and I'm feeling loopy, dude.
How was the rest of that 1,000 milligram ride?
It was tough. There were some tough moments, to be perfectly honest. I haven't had to batten down the hatches like that in a while.
Dude, that video I still need to find. I have it on my hard drive somewhere. Is the video which is actually a really popular like thing that people do on TikTok now, which is like 1 hour after eating an edible, 2 hours
yeah.
after eating an edible. Like we can just show you looking like a pink-eyed Kermit walking down Sunset Boulevard. And it'd be like, it's about to wear off, and it's like 4 hours later.
Yeah,
Like,
it was just escalating. And that's my overall mantra every time I'm on an edible, and it's so incorrect every time where I'm like, whew, at least this is as crazy as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm 30 minutes.
Do you
in.
remember we went to this comedy store?
Oh
that?
yeah.
And then quickly, all three of us were like, nah, we got to get out of here. We don't want to have any conversations with anybody.
No,
Dude, I had a
can't do it.
corner of that on the plane, and I freaked out.
I ate a
it.
really big piece too. I don't know why I
Yeah.
ate that much.
Wasn't I sitting next to you? I was like, I have to go puke. Excuse me. I like woke up from maybe a
Oh yeah,
5 hour
sweating.
nap. Dude, I was sweating. I was white. I was like, taking an edible on a plane is one of the worst ideas.
No,
and I've
it's
done
the
it
best.
twice.
I gotta be honest. I think I don't like edibles. We were just talking about this on Irish Goodbye, and I think just like every time I take it, it's like I swallow it and then I go for the next couple hours, never letting my guard down once because I'm unsure of what's gonna happen and when.
Yeah. The more I'm responsible for another person living and breathing, the less I also would like them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I'm fighting them to the death. I'll never stop taking them because of that. I have that just like I have to beat them.
I don't mind taking them in my house or like outside or anything, but on planes it was brutal, dude. Just waking up being like, how long was I out for? Where are we? I
Yeah.
have to go puke.
Oh, that's
That was when
terrible.
that's when I met you at the bathroom. We were both at the bathroom, Cannon, and you were like, you all right? And I was like, can I go before you? I think I'm gonna throw up.
I
You
don't
remember
remember
that?
that at all.
And then you did throw
Because
up.
it didn't happen.
What a pointless lie that would be.
Brendan, no, I think it definitely happened, and now he's
Yeah,
trying
sure
to.
happened.
But also, Brendan, you're like the connector's making a very terrible noise every so often when you emphasize
this?
certain words.
I'm holding it by the
Perfect.
connector like
Perfect.
an asshole.
Perfect.
Ugh, haven't you listened to the New York Comedy Club bulletin on how to hold a microphone?
Come
Come on, it's right there for everybody to see.
Now, I like that we're going to go from the most inside baseball thing of all time to out to answering questions that
Yeah.
people asked us.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. So typically, what's the scenario? We do hypotheticals, what ifs. We throw each other different questions, basically like you do with your pals. You're hanging around smoking pot, and you toss out like any type of situation to each other, and we bat it around. It's kind of a comedy obstacle course. We have a good time. Typically, we do not do themes, but for our live episodes, we've been taking a one subject theme. We've been putting it up to our patrons, and then they give us a few questions for us to answer on the show. You ready, boys?
Today's theme is love.
LOVETOYOU.
I picture you'll never find just throughout this whole podcast someone who loves you.
Let's also be clear that it was Brendan's idea.
Yes.
The love.
Yeah, love is a very. I'm curious to see what people came up with, because it's like you guys were worried about a deep episode, and Brendan's like, how about love? That definitionless feeling that everybody is constantly seeking. For
Who
their
knows if
entire
it's
lives.
real?
Yeah. All right. So first question is from Troyer. Would you rather never be able to do anything sexual with someone until you find the woman of your dreams and you're happily married at 45? Okay, that's specific.
So, 45-year-old virgin.
45.
Yeah. Or never be able to settle with a girl, but you have amazing game with hot idiots / crazies for your whole life.
Yeah, I
Of
mean,
course.
obviously the second
one. I mean, as somebody who has amazing game with lunatics and crazy.
You don't like those chicks sniffing around, Brendan? That's not fulfilling.
No, I would much rather be in a happy relationship.
Well, here's the thing, though. Both Feeney and I would currently be single, and we would have never had a girlfriend until now. So we would be in desolate loneliness, especially during fucking quarantine, and we'd have 10 more years to go. So it's either total loneliness for the next decade.
But is it
or-
lonely? You can just fill the holes as much as you need to, by having them stay over, or.
But no, you don't.
I don't know, man.
You're not with anybody, and you can't you don't find.
You can't have a
maybe, I
kid,
guess-
really,
No,
unless they're
he's-
really young.
Nope,
Are you
my
a
kid's
virgin?
Done.
Ah, what was
Are
that?
you a virgin for that long? Is it no contact with anybody?
Brendan, your mic's doing the thing where it sounds terrible.
Dude, I mean, the absolute vitriol in Feeney's voice it's so potent.
It's just, why don't you hear it? You hear
I,
it.
of
just
course
don't
I
hear
hear it, and it
Yeah,
kills
well,
my
but
soul.
why wouldn't you want to say something to him so it doesn't keep happening?
I'm
You're just like,
hoping.
is
I'm
it
like
doing it
wishing,
now?
I'm literally wishing it goes away.
Is it doing it now?
that's what I do for the first 3 seconds. Then after that, I'm like, it's all unusable. Everything he said, then we're cutting out his whole track. Brendan, go
Guys, I
ahead.
gotta
it-
say, typically for the episodes, much better sound quality.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna not move my arm at all. Is it doing it now?
You're perfect.
Nope, you're
Right
great.
now, you're perfect.
Great.
So let me just finish what I had to say. So Feeney, basically, I mean, I guess we could have empty sex.
Yeah.
no, but
I guess.
that's not on it. It's just
Well,
a lo-
he says we're not necessarily good at getting laid, but it just says you meet your. Hold on. Would you rather never be able to do anything? Oh yeah, okay. So never be able to do anything sexual with someone until you're 45. So we would be virgins, and then for another 10 years we'd also be a virgin. So we'd just be beating our dick for a decade instead of and then we fucking find some broad that we love, and that wears off in 18 months.
but I mean, what a second half that'll be, you know?
It's a second half
First
run,
half.
but imagine all the way through high school and college not having sex with anybody.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
And then
I guess you'd be a
another
good
20
comic.
years after that. Like it's
Also, if like, you know, you're comfortable with yourself and just living with yourself, and you know, you don't need someone.
no one's comfortable as a teenager or a
Yeah.
college kid living with
I mean,
themselves.
after
Shut
that,
up,
I mean, after
Deepak
that.
Chopra. What the fuck was that? As long as you're comfortable with your oneness.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Feeney. I was like,
No,
get
you,
him.
no, you dummy.
No, you dummy.
I'm just saying, if you're comfortable with your own self and you don't need somebody, and you're
Yeah,
not,
but it's also
dependent.
sexual urges and just just being an animal. for
No, that's what I'm
45 years
saying.
Of not
What-
being able to stick your penis in anything. Like,
you're
that's-
thinking I'm saying the other one when I'm saying the other one. I'm
What are
saying,
you saying?
the just have mindless, crazy people sex for the rest of your life.
Hold on.
Because if you're
What are you
comfortable
saying?
with yourself, the thing I was saying.
So you're
right?
on our side?
I'm on whatever side. I'm going back and forth.
All right. Well, that's
Fair
not a
enough.
definitive answer from any of us.
I
Next
would love
Except
both.
me,
Hey,
who
is one of the
clearly stated his intentions.
Well, what did you say? You said love, right?
I did not. No,
Oh, I
I
thought you
said
did.
picking the fucking everything that moves.
Yeah, I mean, you
for the
have
rest of your
to at
life.
that point. I could be completely content having meaningless relationships my whole life.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sure, it would erase my son.
Oh, I like how you're doing
He's
butterfly
standing
effect
there-
rules.
Yeah, of course.
It would be funny
yeah,
if he was
and I would
standing at
know
the
it, too.
doorway.
So that's the bad part, is I would know it. So I'd go back in time, but I'd have the knowledge that I had a son the whole time I lived.
Oh yeah, that would
meaningless
be
sex.
rough.
It wouldn't.
Brutal.
I'd be fine. I'd be like, he would have liked this.
It'd be funny if Crew was standing at the doorway going, duh, duh, disappointment.
Just and his hand just fades away.
He's about to say dada, but he says disappointed and then fades away.
All right, next question. Troyer, again, when did you awaken as a sexual / loving being? And then he gives us a little bit of his life history. He said,
Okay.
he goes, mine was when I was 11 in English class, and this girl hugged me when my face was at chest level. It's as if I pulled out King Arthur's sword, and the memories of my ancestors flowed to tell me tits are the shit.
Nice.
Honestly, that was beautiful.
That was
That's
deep.
awesome. Yeah.
Tits are the shit.
Tits
They're
are
really
the
great.
shit.
Tits
They're
are
so
made
great.
of bags of shit.
No, don't say that.
No, you got it wrong. Tits are a part of bags of shit.
When did you awaken sexually? I feel like I was young.
Yeah, Mike, the stories you've told, you were like 7.
Dude,
when
I-
you
well,
started
months.
fucking.
Oh, my kindergarten teacher, I used to give her foot massages, like foot rubs, Miss Racine. And she was like a smoking hot 24-year-old. And me and other kids
Nice.
would like take turns giving her foot massages. And I had like unrelenting erections. Like,
Oh, yeah,
so,
that
like,
little-
they were-
Kindergarten?
in kindergarten, I remember it was such
Dude.
a crazy boner. It felt like it was gonna rip out of my dick.
Yo, dude, that little kid boner.
Yeah, I could have moved a couch with my own dick. Like, that's how solid. I could have moved it across the room, no problem.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I don't know what the deal was with that was, but
No, that
She was a
sounds-
pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like because here's the thing. I did try to tell. I was like trying to talk about that on stage, thinking like I could like find a way to make it funny, but people. It was not funny for the opposite reason that I thought. Like people were just genuinely horrified that I was telling them a fun tale of me being molested.
Yeah.
Just to a group of fiends.
yeah, they're all
Yeah,
just horrified, and I'm like, what?
America.
It's funny because I was raped.
That is funny.
I know. I think it is too.
Me too.
I remember
He's,
I remember
horrified.
the little kid boners, but I don't remember the first thing.
I
I think
couldn't
like,
have been kindergarten. That seems so young. For
I don't
me.
know, dude. Those little
I
kid
think
boners.
it might be earlier. It might be like 3 years old. Like my son
No
already
way.
gets.
What?
I've
That's
seen my
nuts.
kid have a little boner.
You did this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like from not from the first time your dick ever got erect, but I'm
Right.
saying like the first
When
time
you
you were
aroused.
aroused.
Right. Well, I also had, I had a babysitter that I was very fond of. And I think I was pretty young, and I was definitely inappropriate. I was like 5, and I remember being a real big press
Nice.
my privates on her arm type guy. You know?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
Her arm. How did
Yeah,
that?
and then
How
it
did that
happened-
work
And then it
positionally?
happened to me. Like she'd be sitting on the floor, and I'd walk up and just literally lean against her with my penis. And then
Whoa.
when I coached soccer, a British kid kept doing that to me. And I used to have a bit about this, and he kept putting his dick on me. And I was like, finally, I snapped. And I was like, dude, get your dick off my elbow. And he goes, but I love you. This fucking weird British fucking 6-year-old pedophile.
Yeah, dude, I remember being in like at like bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and like knowing that that's where you touched boobs and everything and just fucking psyched to go there.
And did you touch boobs?
Oh, I touched boobs. We played this game called and I'm sure everybody's played it, called the Are You Nervous game. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What
Where
is
you
that?
go, are you nervous? Are you nervous? And then you're fucking feeling them up and you're, are you nervous now?
And
Are you
you're really
nervous? That's what you would just say.
Are you
Yeah.
nervous? Yeah, it's
And you
basically
would just make your way down their body, getting a consent every step of the way.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Yeah. It's like,
is this okay? Is this
it's like-
okay?
It's
Is
like
this okay?
Operation Consent.
There was this one girl, and her name was Lindsay. I forgot her last name, but boy, she loved that game. She loved the
loved it.
attention. Anytime she was at a bar
I
mitzvah,
mean, dude, what a weird way to say that.
she loved the game. It was-
Whoops.
She just loved the attention.
She loved the game. She loved the attention. I know. I sound like a guy who like drives a Lamborghini.
No,
do
no,
not.
you very much do
You
not.
sound like you
I sound
drive
like a
Duster
rich,
past
wealthy
the
guy.
middle school.
Yeah, you seem like you have a fucking off purple van.
Yeah, you have a fucking Datsun that you whiz around the elementary school at 2 p.m. every day.
Anyway, so that was the first time I remember feeling good.
That was not the question. Kind of tied my emotional worth to sex after that, and it's been a terribly depressing existence.
That was the first and last time.
Oh man.
What about you, Feeney?
I'm trying to think of the youngest sexual memory that I had, and I can for the life of me, like
I mean,
maybe
if that's not telling us something, I
making-
don't know what
making
is.
out with my neighbor, I guess, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Like was yeah, and then I mean I remember a bunch in
How
like
old were you?
I don't know, I guess like middle school maybe.
You know, this girl in 2nd grade pushed me against a fence and made out with me in 2nd grade.
Whoa.
What
Was she
grade were you
second
in?
grade?
Yeah. She no.
She was
she was
38.
48 years old. she was my bus
Wow.
driver.
Wow. Second
Yeah.
grade. That's pretty
2nd
crazy.
grade. It's pretty wild.
That's very young, yeah.
Kids
Yeah.
were real sexual early in my school. I don't know
There was
why.
something in the
Everybody, I
water.
guess, was molested.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely were.
I suppose so. I'm out and I'm proud, baby. Get tickled and talk about
Don't.
it, everybody. Empowered 2020. I don't give a fuck. That's gonna be my slogan when I get back to stage, so I can start selling shows. All
What
right,
color
next
flag
question.
is that?
It's the gay pride flag with like an ouch or a band-aid across.
A
it.
little bit of blood on it.
Ouch.
All right, so John Beatty. He's got a
John Beatty.
question. Would you rather be loved by everyone but never feel love for anyone, or love everyone but no one loves or hates you? They feel complete apathy towards you.
Man, that's a hard one.
I mean, it's tough because I already am living the first one. So
Mhm.
I feel like the second one,
I think you're
Is
living
that a-
neither.
is
I
that how you
think
feel.
nobody loves you and you don't feel love.
no.
I feel like you don't feel love, which is why I've turned my love off.
Me?
Yeah, I don't waste love on somebody.
Wait,
who
you
just
turned your love off?
Yeah. Thank God. You
When did that
reacted. It's
happen?
like you never. I'm kidding. I just wanted
Never.
to see you react to it.
That hurt.
Good. All right. Never mind. You're back.
Oh, sorry, guys. What happened? How long has it been?
That's so funny.
Why am I inside?
What was the question? Oh,
Would you
yeah. I mean,
rather-
I think definitely the first one. I
Yeah.
could not possibly stand apathy. Like if
Yeah.
people looked at me and just did not have a feeling either way, I would
Yeah.
definitely feel very awful every day.
Love me or hate me, but I ain't gonna be fucking
Well-
vanilla milk.
if you just like kind of let go of ego about it, though, you know, if you're just like
Shut
ego,
up. What are you doing?
I'm
What is
trying
this-
to.
Would you do fucking Zoom therapy today? And you're
What is,
No.
he was a guest on Joe List podcast one time, and he started quoting Deepak
Alright,
Chopra.
forget what I was gonna say. Live your
No,
fucking
no.
dreams.
Whimsical, get us.
Yeah, go.
I was gonna say, if you just don't care about other people's love and you would rather feel it, then the second one's better, because you're like, I don't care if anybody loves me, but I want to feel love. You know?
Right.
But
will
I
care
guess
if
if you're
other
not
people
feeling
love you.
anyone loving you, then
Right.
you're not.
Then it just feels like you're just giving and never receiving.
Look, I'm gonna teach a class about this where we do yoga shirtless, like Gandhi, my hero. All right.
All right.
So,
that's it.
yeah.
That's
So
the
the- so the-
program.
So the second one, I guess, or the first one, whatever
All
makes
right.
me feel love.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could not handle ambivalence. If people just completely gave you nothing, like Feeney and I just did, you see how you erode quickly.
I do
You
spiral.
erode. Erode
Yeah.
is a great word for that.
I
is.
erode.
It is good.
you
John
are.
Beatty.
You have the confidence of loose gravel.
I just started recording, by the way, but it's okay. YouTube keeps us a copy, but I just
What?
started doing it back up. Yeah.
What?
YouTube keeps a copy of it.
YouTube puts the copy. It already takes the video, so it's totally fine. I do this on a weekly basis. I
What weren't
constantly
you
fuck this one
recording?
up.
Are we not live?
this- No, we are live.
We're live.
Totally. Yeah, we're live.
What's
we're
up,
fine. It will be on
everybody?
YouTube.
Welcome to the
People are
show.
there. People are commenting. The chat is going. I see you guys.
Oh, let's
Thank you
talk
for
to the
being a
chat.
Part of it. I mean, they're not asking much questions. They're just
Oh.
kind of talking to each other. Somebody said, Crumbum is in the house. He said, love edibles.
Crumbum.
Just ate some. Somebody else said, hi, Crumbum. They were just talking about another podcast that will not be plugged because none of us have been invited on.
Oh,
And they were talking about,
fucking fighter and the kid.
then they're giving each other hypotheticals. Weird hands or feet, a no-go with an otherwise perfect girl. Couldn't care less about hands or feet. Now they just like kind of got bored of each other and just that's
All right.
where it ends.
Next question.
Next question. All right. So, what's the biggest heartbreak of your life?
Man, that's hard. It feels like every last one is the biggest one.
So is heartbreak that's only romantic?
No.
See, I think that mine would probably, of all of like the relationships that ended and stuff like that, I was most of the time, I'd say 9 times out of 10, like the breaker upper. And I
Uh-huh.
never did it well. Like I never learned how to do it well or gracefully or
Really?
I was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
classic Steve, like, or what, Michael Scott, where it's like, what? I shot a deer once and it limped away, and then I kept shooting it or whatever. It's like the slow bleed where you never
Yeah.
do it.
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
concise.
Cowardly. Yeah, yeah. I
same.
never learned how to do it well. But I do think that in college, before I met Erica, I think, or before we were ever dating or whatever, there was a girl that I like slept with, and then we were like, I was like, oh, I guess we should just be dating, like be boyfriend and girlfriend now. And then she like cheated on me with another person that weirdly enough Erica knew, and Erica like walked into the suite to go hook up with her ex-boyfriend at the time to get like like one of those like right after you break up you get back together, like a post relationship sex. So she was going back to their room in their suite, and on the way she saw his roommate banging the girl that was my girlfriend at the time, girlfriend of like
Oh.
She
a
seen
few
her and
days.
was like, that's not Mike.
Yeah, she saw her complete like back, like the guy was like she was riding a guy, you know.
Whoa.
And in your favorite position. What a bitch.
so then I found out about this, and then I was like super like emo about it for
Yeah. How did you find out? Someone tell you?
I found, well, yeah, two ways. Well, I first found out through the guy that guy was also on the crew team, which I was on. So I knew like of him through that. And then Erica also confirmed, it was like, yeah, here's the thing. Like, she's like, I got bad news for you.
Wow.
She's the one that broke it to you? Erica told you?
I don't know if it was Erica or if it was, I think it
How
was
do you know
the
this
kid.
is real?
I think it was
that
the
would be
actual.
hilarious if after all these years you found out Erica made it up.
No, yeah, no, it's because there was the guy. It was one of those things where the guy. Oh, this is how it happened. The guy on the crew team, like a mutual, a third person. We were all talking. He's like, "Hey, did you hear last night about what Paul did? Yeah, he fucked this girl's name, and he fucked Julie.
Say it.
Julie. Julie was her, yeah. He's like,
what's her last name?
But he bragged to her. Oh, I couldn't possibly remember. But she was he like elbowed me like, dude, this kid banged Julie, like having no idea that I was just banging her and being
You're
like,
"That's
oh, we're
the love of my life."
yeah. I got way too upset about it. I remember playing like angrier music in my dorm for the whole day, and then at one point my roommates being like, hey dude, like, are you all right? They're like, I'm like, why? And they're like, because you've been like brooding over there for quite some time. Like I was just like,
there's just a mound of teeth. You're just sawdust teeth.
I was so mad. And then
I've had
Wow.
some really like
small
'cause
school.
I wonder if that's your most brokenhearted or if that's just the worst you've taken a breakup. You know what I mean? Like those are two
True.
different things almost. Because
True.
I think I took breakups really melodramatically in college also, where I'd be fucking listening to like David Gray for 3 days, you know. And you walked on by,
Yeah.
you could see from my face that I was.
I still do that, dude. I'm fucking.
high.
I listen to
Still do
sad music.
that? No, I listen to sad music. I'm saying not David Gray.
Oh
That
yeah,
was like
yeah.
that was more or less my move in college. But
One of my best friends growing up it was a time where he broke up with his girlfriend and they had a bad breakup and they were like terrible. They always fought, so it was like coming, but he still like I took it so dramatically, and he was just driving down the highway blasting Separate Ways by Journey with like the windows open and crying. like
Yep.
cry speeding.
you're just
Cry
like
speeding. Imagine getting pulled over.
Someday
You're like, sir, are you
love will
stoned? And it's like,
find
"No,
you.
I'm fucking crying."
So funny. I
Those-
still tease him about that, and he hates it.
That's
Oh,
really funny,
that's so
dude.
good.
Those college breakups are like that's rough. That's when you start doing that because you're like, my personality is this now. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I mean, I did a long distance thing in college where even when I was still going to junior college, my girlfriend at the time was in high school, my freshman year of college. We kind of broke up. We were off and on, whatever. And then sophomore year, we were like gonna try to stay together. She went to Syracuse and I stayed at Rockland. It was like this whole fucking shit show, dude. And then it even like lingered into me being at Geneseo. And we got into like vicious, awful, never want to be repeated type of arguments. You know what I mean? Those fucking like screaming matches that you get in with people and you're like, oh, I'm the worst kind of person. The
Oh,
shit
yeah.
that comes out of my
Right.
mouth, like, oh, I just say anything, huh?
I'm just a
Like that.
bad
Do you ever-
guy.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself in an argument? Like couple arguments are a lot of being like, like doing stuff like that. It's not just yelling. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, most of it is mocking the other person for
Dude.
being upset.
Dude, there was a time, this was like 2 years ago, me and Jess were in this like full-on argument outside of a bar, and we're just screaming at each other. And she did something where she she said something, and I I said it back to her, like mocking her, and I went like that, and we both just started laughing, and then we went back into the argument. It was one of the best feelings.
Yeah,
was just like
getting
a-
a laugh in that moment is
Yeah.
you know it's good comedy.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a fun
So,
question.
that was fun.
All right, you
Great
want to do the
question.
next one?
Yeah.
All right. This is John again. To the mics. How did you propose to your wives? To the unwed sneaky raccoon. Oh, to the unwed sneaky dumpster rat. How will you? How will you propose when you find that special fella? Oh,
That's so
Aw.
funny.
yeah. How did you propose? Mike?
He's so funny because he's such like a prolific kind of question asker or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But now
And
he's
then
in. He feels
There's shit like
comfortable.
that where you're like, oh, you're mean also. You're evil too.
Yeah, he gets in the spirit. I feel like people just really get in the spirit of what we do, and they,
Love it.
you know, they just
Love
wear
it.
it around for.
We're
a little
creating
while.
an army, fellas.
Yeah, we sure are.
Hell yeah.
Feeney, how did you propose? I probably know this story, but I don't remember.
It was a pretty it was a good proposal, but not for a great story. It just kind of sounds whatever. But we were in, so my dad or my stepmom won a raffle, and the raffle was this villa in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. It was like 4 bedrooms to go for like a full week or something like crazy like that.
Sick.
Yeah, so we were like, so she was like, we're gonna go, and then if you two want to go, and then it could be my stepsister, her husband, and their 2 kids. And I was like, okay, this will be a great place to propose. But it was like every time the kids were like screaming, running down the hall because they were they were like infant age, so it was like
Yeah.
this screaming up at 6 a.m. like running down the halls, and it's all like tile, like that Spanish tile, so everything is just pinging and
Just
echoing right
slapping
under
feet.
yeah, right under our doors, just like into our ears. But so then we ended up going to the beach. Was very nice, that was attached to the resort. And we went all the way down, like this long walk down the beach, and then there was this little like alcove where it was like of rocks where water would come in. I kind of scoped it out a little bit earlier, and I had my dad bring the ring down because I didn't want anybody else to know. And my dad fucking didn't tell anybody, like not even my stepmom.
Whoa.
Which she was a little pissed about. But so
That's a good father.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just in case, I was like, in case I go through security and I get pulled over, they like take it out. They're like, "What's this?" And then, dude, it was actually like a weirdly perfect timing where it was sunset, but then she was writing on like the wet sand. She was just doing like a
A
mic,
swastika.
yeah, as we're one to do. It's really corny, dude. It sounds like a movie, but she wrote Mike, and she was doing the Mike Hart, Erica kind of a thing. And then that's
Aw.
when she had her back turned is when I fucking sucker punched her. No, so that's when
You pushed her into the
Tiger
ocean.
uppercut.
yeah, I pulled her shirt over her head and just started fucking
Just laced up her ribs.
yeah. Then when I took her shirt back on, I was like, no, so I did the one knee thing, which felt so uncomfortable, and so that was the weirdest part, is being on the knee. And then so
Really?
Did
Yeah,
the
the
wave
first-
hit your butt?
what?
Did like a wave hit your butt?
No, I was facing the water. She had her back to it, and her first reaction was, "What the fuck?" Not
Really?
yes or no. It was, "What the fuck?" And then the best part is, then we have a whole thing. That you have your whole moment. We're so happy. We're elated. We're in this new like crazy puppy love thing, and then we go back to the hotel because we were just going on I was like, we're going for a quick walk, and again, nobody but my dad knew, and my dad didn't tell anyone because just in case I didn't do it or go through with it or anything like that, right? So we come back and we've been gone for like an hour and a half, and they're trying to figure out dinner for the kids and stuff like that. So we like open the door like happy newlyweds, and my stepsister just starts screaming at us like, "Where the fuck have you guys been? We've been fucking trying to call you guys, but you don't have your phones, and like we're trying to figure out what to do at dinner." The kids are screaming, like there's like kids running around pantsless in the background. There's like someone's putting on a fire. It's just like pandemonium. And then Eric just like shows the ring, and then immediately went to being like, "Ah!" And then and then we all ended up going out to eat.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. And then
That's
I
a
That
great
is-
story.
That's a
Yeah.
great story. So romantic.
It was more romantic than I intended it to be, but it was perfect timing to be like, it was great. We got to go to Cabo. So, but yeah, no, it was great.
That's
I don't
very
regret
sweet.
it.
Wow.
Nice.
How'd you do it, Mikey?
I
Was it
It
as
was-
romantic?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was Nicole's birthday, and I intentionally was ruining the night for her. So it's so ridiculous, dude. I don't know what my problem is, but I literally brought her to the Irish Exit to watch me do that show. So I was
Hot
gonna
soup.
I was gonna do hot soup, and I was gonna go on first, and I ended up getting bumped by 4 straight comedians. Like I think Che, Neil Brennan came, Mark Norman, like literally just 4 in a row. And Neil actually was gonna go up, and then I asked him, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna propose to my chick tonight. Can I please just go up before you? And he's like, oh yeah, totally. And so I went up. Then we left. Every restaurant that we wanted to go to was now closed. So that was like a shitty argument. We took a cab back to Brooklyn. We go out to eat. Like, I give her presents, which I was just in Syracuse performing at the Funny Bone, and she went to college there, and I bought her like a mug and shorts.
Oh my God.
So I just gave her a mug and shorts for her birthday, and she's like, what the fuck? So that's awful. The meal is whatever, it's fine. we
This is lining up sentence for sentence, by the way.
So we come back to the apartment, right? And I instantly pick a fight with her over over the kitty litter. I tell her to do the kitty litter, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, you just got to do it. It's your turn. So we're arguing
It's her
about
birthday.
that. I know.
It's her birthday.
So she's doing the kitty
keep
litter, which
forgetting
is at the,
that.
which is at the front. She's doing the kitty litter, which is at the front of the apartment, and I'm in the kitchen yelling, like pinging, and I'm like smiling the whole time, but being such a dick. And then she comes back into the kitchen with like 30 pounds of cat shit in her hands, and she's like, "You motherfucker!" And I'm on my knee with the rig, and she's like, "What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?"
They both said, "What the fuck?"
Whoa.
yeah. And I was like, yes. And then she immediately cried. I think all the shit hit the floor. Like, it was
Aw.
just a fucking mess. But yeah, it was a pretty good bait and switch. That really most of it was just fun for me, ruining the night.
Yeah. You gave her a Homer bowling ball.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short. You ruined her entire day, not just her evening. You started early and you went late.
Wow.
It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Brendan,
good for
how are you going to
guys.
propose?
I don't know. I'd probably do it. I'd probably be a guy who just has it in his pocket for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And then when you're finally get like a romantic moment, you just like, I gotta do it now. You know what I mean?
Brendan takes it out. It just goes down a sewer drain immediately.
Yeah.
The whole
man.
time I'm like fishing it out with a piece of gum. I don't know. If I married Jess, I would have done it at a Green Day concert or something.
just-
But that
If
would've
you
sucked.
were a Simpsons character, I feel like you'd be Ralph Wiggum.
I'd be Mole Man. I'd be like a side character that you see like having a shitty life in the background. All right, next question.
I think this is the last one actually, which is this has been fun.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
so it's from Michael. He says, "What's your favorite movie and why?" We all know Cannons is Rad. Sure, I'll take Rad off the table though, and we'll talk about just favorite movies.
What about let's keep it with the theme. What about favorite because I don't really have a favorite movie, but favorite like love movie maybe?
No.
right. I don't have a favorite movie. What's your favorite movie?
Think Feeney thought about that. It was just a reaction.
It was. Did you hear me go,
Yeah,
afterwards?
no.
That was me
Yeah,
processing.
Yeah, no.
No.
Thanks.
What happened? I just blacked out.
No. I would say if we're talking favorite movies, if I got one movie, it's going to be Goodfellas.
Yeah,
because of every
Goodfellas is
single
great.
reason, because
Yeah.
of Pesci, because of De Niro, because of Scorsese, because of the Rolling Stones, because of fucking Ray Liotta. It's just the fucking best, and it's film. It's a masterpiece. I love it. It's New York cinema at its finest. And if we had to do love movies, though, I would do Love Story between Hank Hill and Karen in Goodfellas.
I mean, actually, that's kind of okay.
It
Yeah.
is kind of a
Yeah.
love story in a way.
Okay. Mine is too. You know what? Because Goodfellas, I think, is also my answer. But if I don't get that, No Country for Old Men.
That's
Great
a great
movie.
fucking
And
movie.
And it's a love story between Llewellyn and whatever his wife's name is. I don't know if we caught it the entire time. What was it, Missy, or something
don't
like
know.
that? But it also was a love story between Llewellyn and Death.
Mm-hmm. And it was a love story between that one guy and his sheep killer weapon.
Yeah, weapon.
Yeah. The cattle.
Oh,
air
yeah.
gun.
Cattle, yeah. I would say my
Oh.
favorite movie is The Departed because it's the
All
best.
of these are my favorite movies.
It's just the best. And or I'm gonna get made fun of for this, but I really enjoy Funny People. I think that's a really good movie. I don't know. No,
Yeah,
I
think
know. I like it. Okay? I don't care what you think.
I
don't care what you
gonna say,
think.
I wasn't gonna say anything because I wanted to see the fight. I wanted to see your own personal fight with it.
I don't care what you think. Funny People's a good movie, and The Departed. As for love movies, I have no
Titanic.
fucking clue. Ooh, I've
Maybe
actually
Titanic.
never seen anything but the ending of Titanic.
What?
We should
I
let's
always,
do a 3.5 hour
Yeah.
watch along for this pod.
dude, I always catch it whenever it's on TV. I'll catch it right when the ship is sinking.
Oh man, we
What are
almost
you gonna
have
do?
to watch it together, but we should be in the same room holding hands.
Ooh, you know what movies?
Yeah,
really
you're gonna
good?
need a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah.
You know what
And
love
so
movies?
am I.
I want both shoulders.
Yeah.
Just both of you guys. It's a good movie, but also because it's such a brain fuck. But 500 Days of Summer is a good movie.
yeah.
I've
I
never
don't know
seen
if
that.
is.
Is that a Joseph Gordon-Levitt vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
fucking
Zooey Deschanel.
Ugh.
Oh,
Deschanel.
whoa. Let's not put any Zoe Deschanel product. Although Elf, she was great in Elf.
Elf is great.
It's one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
Yeah, and she was good in that movie too. She played the perfect cold woman.
She was a real hipster, so I guess she played a good hipster. Stop
Hey,
with the
guys.
microphone,
Oh.
Jordan.
This is my Zoe Deschanel impression. This is her bangs.
She has- I've never seen chubby bangs.
It's pretty good. the Jim Halpert was pretty good.
Oh man. Well, that was the last question. This has been a fun
Mhm.
episode, right?
This was very fun.
Don't say right at the end.
I just wanted to check in with you guys to see if you were having.
I
good
had a
time.
fucking
I'm also
blast.
on Mars right
I
now.
also-
My
I
eyes are
love-
closing.
your lower eyes are meeting your upper eyes.
I love learning about Feeney more and more. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
it's nice when he
ask me
decides to
anything.
share
I'm
stuff
an
of
open
his
book,
life.
baby.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I've
You have
told
to
you
be-
everything you need to know.
Yeah,
for
we
now.
have to rent you from the library every week.
That's true.
It's a hassle.
Just stamp it new every week.
Yeah.
I renew
Promise
you
to bring
too.
him back.
All right,
Let's
well-
keep going with this.
Renew.
That's the episode, everybody. What a fun time. Thank you very much for watching. We love you. Thanks for being patrons. If not, sign up patreon.com/scenario pod. Again, it's similar to this. We're not we're not theme oriented typically, but we're putting out 3 to 4 hours of content every fucking week. Sign up. You love it. We love it. What happened? Why did my
Your
microphone,
microphone
just...
just
You got so
much
loud.
louder.
Yeah, why did that do that?
It's still very loud.
I like
Yeah. All right, sorry. I
It's-
didn't mean for that to happen.
Yeah.
Well, good night, everybody.
Bye.
it. Bye.